I think we're going to start off with a couple with some words from the council members, and then there are many community members who want to talk about the issues. There's a lot of anger about banks in New York City today. I think we all know the issues, the fallout from the financial crisis, the lack of appropriate investment, foreclosing on small homeowners, over-investing in predatory equity buildings, closing branches in working-class neighborhoods, failing to make small business loans where they are desperately needed. But the truth is that as angry as we are at banks, as much as we need to pressure them to stop the abuses, we also need to bring the banks to the table, because without appropriate and healthy flow of credit, our neighborhoods won't be able to thrive. Intro 485, the Responsible Banking Act, will give New York City residents and government the information and the leverage that it needs to accomplish both of those goals. Councilmember Reyna?
Thank you very much. As we all know, that most of our communities are suffering from the recession, and there's not a lot of relief. No one is meeting the credit and financial needs of our neighborhoods. As you know, houses are going unmodified. People are losing their houses through foreclosure. A lot of our local businesses are not getting the support from the banks, our local banks, and the need for affordable housing is as high as it ever has been. Yet, the banks in our communities are flourishing and making money. And this is despite the federal act that President Obama had provided, a modification act, which provides the opportunity and the resources for these banks to actually work out with our local homeowners in our neighborhoods ways where they can retain their building. This is an attempt on behalf of local government, city council, to simply indicate all of the needs that should be met in our community, for the New York City Banking Board to establish a criteria, the standard that says these are the things that will help our local community and people, our local businesses in our community. It provides an opportunity for these things to be listed prior to designating banks that we will deposit money into, we being the city of New York. It doesn't mandate anything. It doesn't require. It provides an opportunity for the Banking Commission to simply list these criteria. These are the needs of our local community, and we want to see whether or not they're being met by the banks that flourish within our community. Secondly, it provides an opportunity by making this information public, online and otherwise, for city agencies to say, hey, well, if we deposit our money in these banks, how do they measure up? Are they modifying the mortgages in their community? Are they providing support to our local business, and so on and so forth? And they may choose to use this and determine if they would deposit money in these particular banks. We believe that the sunshine, the information, will serve as leverage to incentivize and encourage the banks to be more responsive to our local community, that which is not being done by the CRA. The federally chartered, state chartered banks, the CRA-driven, are not meeting the needs of our local community. We think this bill will. We think the New York City community will fully support, that our colleagues will fully support this measure. Thank you. Finance, Bank and Dominck Recchia Jr.
Thank you, Councilmember Vann. We're also being joined by Councilmember Vinnie Gentili. Okay. Banks that act as city depositories are profiting from the city. They should be supporting New York homeowners and small businesses. Essentially, if a bank is making money from New Yorkers, they should be sticking up for New Yorkers. The rating system would show which banks are working with their communities. And I believe it will serve an encouragement for banks to get more involved in the local communities. Now, people say, okay, we heard from this morning from the State Banking Department, they support this bill, but they feel it's duplicate, okay? But when asked the question, okay, are the priorities of New York State and the priorities of New York City, are they the same? The answer was no. And for that reason alone, we need our own rating system here in New York City. And it's the Banking Commission that has the power and the authority to do this. It's the Banking Commission that must move forward and move forward now, okay? And we don't want to hear that they're understaffed, that they don't have enough staff. We're calling on the Department of Finance Commissioner to to step up to the plate, put more staff in this commission, and to say, we are going to put out reports, we're going to have transparency, we're going to have minutes of our meeting online, and we are going to work with New Yorkers so these banks that are profiting will help New York City residents and the taxpayers of this wonderful city. The time is now for them to move forward. This city council, under the leadership of Christine Quinn, is not sitting back and waiting for the CRA on the federal statute to do something. We are moving forward now because we can no longer wait. We have many people who are being foreclosed on, and banks refuse to come to the table and to say, I want to help New Yorkers, I want to modify these loans. We have small businesses that could thrive, but they need loans, and they can't get them from these banks that are profiting from our deposits. So the time is now that the Banking Commission must act, and we will be willing to work with them. And I want to thank Councilmember Vann for doing a great job in the leadership of this group.
Right.
Councilmember Diane Reyna, Chair of Small Business.
Thank you, Chairman Vann and Recchia, on your leadership of this magnificent introduction of law. We are here in solidarity for one simple reason, and that is the Banking Commission, who has full authority under the rules and policies that has been instituted as an ordinance here in the city of New York, that has the legal action to do so, to be able to have a reward system that will take a closer look at where it deposits its money. There is no greater incentive here, as well said by Pratt Institute, that a $60 billion depository isn't the greatest incentive there is in the city of New York. And a bank who wants access to those billions of dollars needs to be practicing good social policies, good social reinvestments amongst our communities here in the city of New York. What we're talking about here today is about lifting communities where banks should have been doing so under CRA. And rather than providing quality, what they want to access is quantity. And so therefore we have to put the brakes. Today we are calling upon these banks, the JP Morgan Chase of the world, who when merged with WAMU, never asked its customers whether they wanted to retain its services through JP Morgan Chase. They were just captured. And therefore, opportunities were taken from these customers of why they chose the WAMU of the world to do business with them. Today, what we're seeing is a slowdown of loan modifications to save people's homes. We're talking about landlords and tenants alike being affected. We're talking about small business services that have been taken away because of these mergers to acquire quantity, not quality of service. And we are here fighting just that. I hope that this message is loud and clear, because when we have a dependency on predatory lending, when we have a dependency on less than quality social practices, we are asking for status quo, and we accept status quo. And what we're saying here today is enough is enough. We will not accept third-rate quality service. We want the exceptional service from our banks to be able to provide those small business loans that so many businesses depend on, and the loan modifications that will save people's homes. We want these services today and now.
No more